Mr. Gallego is our first non-lawyer guest too. Welcome to the Palmas.
Thank you for having me.
I always ask everybody because, as you can see, they've repositioned my Palmas. Okay, do you think these are Palmas or shrubs?
They're temple. I'll say Palmas.
Okay, all right. So we're going to do a little bit different this episode because I personally wanted to highlight that Rubenstein Law is not just a bunch of lawyers lawyering. There's a lot that goes into this company, and you're one of the most integral. Is that a word?
Maybe. We'll make it one.
Integral. Okay. Parts of our operation. So Laz, please, how I call you, his name is Laz Gallego, but I like to call him Laz. You are our project director.
Right.
Okay. Tell us how long you have been with Rubenstein Law.
So just recently, on September 26th, I made my 11th year here at Rubenstein.
Okay, over a decade.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And I like to call it started from the bottom, now we're here. Yes. So please tell us, when you were first hired, what was your position at that time?
So I started here in 2012 as a file clerk.
Okay.
Believe it or not. Yeah, back then we were not paperless.
Okay.
We had a lot of paper and so basically everybody would get in. My responsibility was to go through, open the file, put, the documents where they went. And I actually started file clerking originally for Tony Soto.
Okay.
Which is notoriously particular.
Yes.
So, yes.
Mr. Soto's going to be on the show. He may not know it yet, but he's going to be on the show.
But yeah, so he liked his files very neat, no doubles of anything. So it was a great experience to start here. And it gave me a good insight to learn about, what's the difference between all these documents and litigation as a file clerk. So it was pretty cool.
So we don't have file clerks anymore. We have the imaging department and imaging specialists because now we're completely paperless.
Yes, that is correct.
Crazy?
Yes.
Okay, so as the project director, you're part of our management team.
Yes.
Right? And I love to call Rubenstein Law the land of opportunity. So you started from a file clerk, which is also a very important position. Now we call the file clerks imaging specialist.
Yep.
And you made it all the way to project director.
Yep.
Based on hard work, dedication, and being just absolutely amazing at your job.
Thank you.
And tell us what the project director does.
So
I know what you do, but I want our audience to know what you do.
Yes. So aside from the projects of opening the offices, I'm in charge of meeting with the brokers when we go into new cities, seeking out the best buildings that we need to be in. Then from there, meeting and selecting general contractors to complete the project, working closely with engineers, architects, interior designers, everything to get this aesthetic that we have. Rubenstein has a very specific look, and we mirror that look in every location. So if you visit any of our offices from here all the way up to Boston, you're going to see a very uniform look. You'll feel like you're in the same space even though you're in a completely different city. And that's something that we strive and specifically like to do because we want to have our brand be very identifiable.
And what's funny, because as lawyers, we work out of the different offices, and it makes us feel kind of like at ease. Our jobs are difficult enough, but I know that if I drove to North Miami, if I drove through to Plantation or any of our offices all the way through Jacksonville, I feel at home when I walk in because it's familiar.
Correct.
And you're responsible for that.
Yes.
And there's not just the build out, there's so much to opening an office. It's not just
100%.
Go and open the office, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned some things like meeting with the architects, the general contractors, the interior designers, the artwork.
Yep.
And that's all geared not only to make us as employees comfortable in all of our locations, but it helps our clients.
Absolutely. It's strategically picked out. We have Florida landscape, and we don't just do Florida. So now in Boston that we're in, if you were to visit that office, a lot of the pictures there are of the Massachusetts landscapes. Yep. It's kind of our niche that we have when it comes to art. But we specifically, even within that realm, we will place perfectly a sunset in a particular part of the office, rather where we might have something a little bit brighter over here. Or even in Boston, because it's such a big sports town, I included the baseball field there, so they have a
Oh.
stadium picture of that.
Fenway.
Fenway Park.
I'm a huge Yankees fan. And I'm happy that we opened in New York, and we're opening. Are we open in the Bronx yet?
Yes. So we have offices now in New York. We're in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, and coming soon we'll have an office in Queens.
Awesome.
As well as we just opened our Newark in New Jersey, so we're just across the pond there.
Okay.
And pretty soon we'll make jumps to a few new areas that are undisclosed at the moment. Yes.
You know, it's funny because I follow the Rubenstein Instagram, and then I see Laz like coming soon. So we're waiting for that post to see where you pop up. It's like, where's Waldo?
Yes,
Where's Laz?
very soon, very soon.
Awesome. Now, aside from opening our offices, which is so important, and doing everything that goes into that, you're also responsible for
swag now.
Swag.
Yes.
Okay. There's us. We're fresh from our attorney retreat, and you were extremely helpful in picking out all this cool stuff. So we have now our Rubenstein cooler and our caps. I love this. I love this. I love this. It's so much more than just what you see when you come in and you meet with your attorney. It's it's such a huge operation.
Absolutely, absolutely, and everybody plays a really important role. I think that what makes Rubenstein a great place to work is that it truly does feel like one big team. There's never a time where if anybody is in a pinch, you don't have 5 to 10 people that you can reach out to take care of that. And it's not a unique thing to my story of where I started from here. A lot of the supervisors, I would say almost all of them, 90% of them have held multiple other positions like myself before getting to their level that they're at now, from directors down to managers, supervisors, all of it.
Even some of our lawyers,
including our managing partner, Nika Schmidt, who she's held other positions before reaching the heights
before going to law school.
Yep, even before going to law school.
So we love to hire from within, and I love to see the growth in so many of our employees. I know a lot of employees that have started and end up going to law school, and a lot of employees that have started again like a file clerk, and they joined the management team. And there's so much opportunity here at Rubenstein.
It's very true.
So now let's get to some fun stuff. Okay, we know that we already covered that we're in growth mode, so there's lots of fun stuff coming, and Laz is very, very busy. So let's talk about something that he does while he's not busy traveling the country and opening up our new offices. Okay, so the lightning round, quick. MMA or boxing?
MMA, hands down.
All right. So, Conor McGregor or Volkanovski?
McGregor.
Okay.
All day.
All day? All day? Okay. All right. So, let's say, how about them Dolphins? If you could, assuming you were McDaniels and you had to pick your starting quarterback and they were both the same age in their prime, would you go with Tua or Marino?
Marino.
Okay, that's right.
Undefeated season.
That's right.
Easy all day.
All right. Laz, thank you so much. I know that you're super busy, so I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate you sitting in the hot seat, and I hope it was enjoyable.
It was. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So we'll see you. Let's see who's in the hot seat next.